Hi students, today I will be discussing with you all a very beautiful poem, The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. It is taken from your class 9's textbook Beehive, NCERT textbook Beehive. This is the first poem. Okay, so before starting, I would like to request you all to please like, share, and subscribe my channel as I'm new to YouTube. And please also let me know in the comment box that how you are liking my videos. Let us start. Robert Frost, he is an American poet and playwright and only poet who has received 4 Pulitzer Prizes in poetry. So now let us quickly go through the rhyming scheme of the poem. See here, would, both, okay, stood, could, and again growth. So the rhyming scheme of of the first stanza, which is of 5 lines, becomes A B AAB. Okay, this is how the rhyming pattern goes for the first stanza. For the remaining 3 stanzas, please find it out, the rhyming meter, and let me know in the comment section. This poem is a small poem of 20 lines containing 5 lines in each stanza that make 4 stanzas of 5 lines each. Okay, so let us quickly discuss the theme of the poem. Now, the central theme of the poem, as per me, is that life always gives us option, and most of us choose the option for which we are sure of the result. But here poet refers that very few person dares to choose the most challenging path where the result can be both rewarding or problematic. However, he is trying to convey that whatever we choose in life, we should continue the walk rather than holding it in regret. So, this is the theme of the poem as per me. Let us begin the summary. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveller, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. The poet is beginning the poem with the imagery of a road that at certain point it diverged into 2 separate roads. Now he has come to a certain point where the roads are diverged into 2 separate paths. Now he has to choose one from them. Wood here means forest, and yellow is signifying the leaves that had turned yellow in the autumn season, okay, which is yellow wood. And sorry, I could not travel both. He says that as the roads have diverged, he could only travel on any one of them. He could not travel on both, and he could only travel on only one path. Okay, for sure, he is a single person. How can he travel on both the paths? And be one traveller, long I stood and looked down one as far as I could to where it bent in the undergrowth. Here he says, and as a single traveller, before taking any path, he stood for a while at the diversion where the roads were separated, and from there he looked very carefully till the point his eyes could see. Okay. Now, bent in the undergrowth means that the far point, which is no more visible as it's bent, and only he can see the dense forest. He can see the density, the bushes, and all. Okay, the path is now bent and is curved from there, so he can see the only the bushes. Then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted weir, though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same. Now he is saying that he looked very carefully at both the paths, but only chose the other path, only chose the second path, which he says that it is equally better in comparison to the first path. Okay, though he chooses the other path but likes both the path equally. Now then, the question comes here is that why he chose the other path when both are equal to him? He finds the other path suitable for him, and just he finds the other path suitable for him, and no other reason. Like he compares both the path equally only, but here he finds that the second path is suitable for him. It happens sometimes when we are given options in our life, we choose which we find as suitable. It is not about that this is right, this is wrong. Everyone has their own way of choosing. So for the poet, he chose the second path because it was grassy and wanted wear. Now he says that the other path is grassy. Thus, this made him think that very few people might have chosen this path, and thus he says that this path should be now tried. Okay, he is even giving the reason for it. Though as for the passing there, that the passing there had warned them really about the same. Now he says here, after walking through the second path for some time, he finds that this path is also similar to the first path. Initially, the first path looked very weary and much used, but only after traveling through the second path, the poet realizes that this path is also equally used. Now come to third stanza. And both that morning equally lay, it leaves, no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Now in this stanza, the poet again thinks of the morning when he had two options to choose from. So he is thinking of that time. He says that how both the paths looked equal, and how the leaves were fresh and green and was not that polluted. No steps trodden black means that it was very wisely used. It was not, not that over polluted. Okay, not overused. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Now, these lines are very, very important lines. Here, poet thinks that now, as he has chosen the second path and will travel on the first path later. Okay, he is saying that he will travel on the first path later. Though he is again saying contradictory thoughts are coming. Though he is again saying that he very well knows that one way leads to the other way leads to some other way, and thus he has a doubt that if he could come ever out of the path which he has already chosen. Now, what he was saying, that he will travel the first path the other day. But now he is again contradicting this idea by saying that always it happens in life when you already choose a path, you find another path through that path. This is how life goes on. So you cannot come back to the initial state, okay, after choosing to walk a different path. Okay, so this is what he means. So he is saying that he is doubting that he could ever come out of the path once chosen, just to change his way and to start over again. Okay, these lines are very, very important. Now the last stanza. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. In the final stanza, the poet tells us about the future, that in future he will be discussing about this incidence with deep breath, taking deep breath about this certain point in life where he had to choose from two options, and how he chose the option that were less opted by others and made the work of life, made the difference in life. This is the entire summary of the poem. Please let me know how you liked the poem. I hope you will enjoy the poem. Thank you so much.